Hi, I'm Hannah, and I want to share a bit of my testimonies and journey to where I felt God was leading me to say yes to Him and to be His vessel. So, November 8, 2013, there was a super typhoon hit the middle part of the Philippines, and our town was one of the places that was hit by the typhoon. So, during that typhoon, we've witnessed God's supernatural protection to our lives and to our properties, and it's just God. So after 2 weeks of the typhoon, my relatives from Manila came to our place and brought a lot of relief goods, and my cousin just casually told me that, you know what, during the typhoon, we were praying for you. And that struck me because during that typhoon, we did our best to pray. We prayed to all the saints that we know. We tried to pray the rosary, but we don't know how to pray. We literally have no idea how to pray, and in desperate needs, we don't know whom to call to. And that struck me because I was raised up with a very, very religious family that we always go to church on Sundays, but in reality is I know God, but I really don't know how to call on Him in desperate situations or desperate needs. So when my cousin told that to me, I just told to myself, I want to know that God, that they prayed and answered their prayer, because we've witnessed how God supernaturally protected our properties. So my mom has this two-story house, and that two-story house during the typhoon, it was lunted like this because the wind was so strong. And in the second half of the typhoon, the house becomes stand straight. And that is just God. And all other houses in our neighbors are flat in the ground, or they have so much damage. And I'm like, the God that they were praying answered their prayers, and I want to know the God that they were praying. And I felt that was how God started steering me to know more of Him. And my relatives come to our place to bring a lot of relief goods. So I also joined them to bring those relief goods in the mountain areas. And I've seen desperate people, hungry people, people that really, really need help. And before they gave the relief goods, they were sharing about Jesus, about His kingdom, about His word. And there was something about the message that just brings hope to people. And you can see the difference in their faces, and as they hear the hope that Jesus has for them. And me being a new Christian, me being someone that is just recently accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior, I was just casually saying that I want to be that person that gives hope to desperate people. And I didn't really realize that I prayed that, and now God is leading me, and my heart is crying for the nations who are in desperate needs and haven't heard about Jesus. And now God is calling me, have felt God is calling me to the nation of Japan, where only 2%, less than 2% heard about Jesus. And this country is so amazing. They are very loving, but they need hope that Jesus can only give. And not just Japan, there's a lot of nations haven't heard about Jesus and in desperate situation, and they need the hope that only Jesus can give. So, yes. So, with those things, God has been walking with me faithfully. He's been so gracious. God has been so loving to me. until I come to a point where I said yes to Him to be His vessel and saying no to myself, because I do believe that Jesus is so worth it. So I'm in my season in my life now that I am expecting great things from God, but not just expecting great things from God. I'm also doing my best to attempt great things for God and expecting that He will do great things through me, in me, and around me.